full House vote on impeachment. Estimates show that they have the necessary numbers to impeach 216, 218 in all. Really, that's looked like that was going to happen from the beginning on the House side. And tonight, the count is that 28 of the 31 Democrats that we've been talking about in the Trump districts are going to vote yes, and they are still tallying up to that final 31. Let's bring in Trey Gowdy, former House Oversight Committee chairman and Fox News contributor. Trey, good evening. Good to have you here.
Good evening.
What did you think of Susan Jaslow?
I thought she was fantastic. I wish everybody in public office could hear how normal, average, reasonable people think and feel. I thought she was great.
You know, she said people need to play nice and they need to let voters decide who the president is going to be. Do you think that that idea resonates at all on Capitol Hill on the House side?
Oh, I think they have a lot more of a base analysis than that. Here's the analysis. If I vote not to impeach Donald Trump, I'm going to get a primary opponent and I'm guaranteed to lose. If I vote with my party, I'm going to get a really strong general election opponent, but I might win. So for Democrats in Trump districts, their dilemma is, do I lose in the spring for sure, or do I maybe lose in the fall when it's pretty and there's college football and other things to mitigate my grief? But they're guaranteed to lose if they break.
Oh, man.
If they break with their party, they're guaranteed to lose in a primary.
Wow. Well, yeah, we'll see where all of this goes. Do you think politically overall, I mean, what do you look ahead for a bit to 2020, based on what you see right now, how do you think this sorts out? Do Democrats hold the House after this?
You know, Kevin McCarthy is a prolific fundraiser. I'm biased. I like him a lot. I think he's recruiting good candidates. So is Elise Stefanik. But I think it's an uphill battle to flip that many seats. I think we do hold the Senate, and as you and I have discussed in the past, I think all of this is about flipping the Senate. I think it's about Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi trying to neuter a second Donald Trump term, because there's not a chance in hell he's going to be removed from office. So why are we going through this exercise if we know he's going to be on the ballot in 2020? Well,
let me ask you about what Chuck Schumer said today. He said that he was appalled that Mitch McConnell said that he was impartial in this process. Mitch McConnell said it's a political process. This is not a court of law. And he's on one side. Schumer said that's unbelievable. He said we have to be able to bring in witnesses. We want Mulvaney, we want Bolton and the two other men who were associated with them. What do you say?
That's what you do during an investigation. And Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler, if they really felt strongly about Bolton and Mulvaney, they could have gone to court. But what they felt most strongly about was hurrying through this because they're being governed by a calendar. I mean, the Judiciary Committee, Martha, called more impeachment witnesses for the Nixon impeachment than they did the Trump impeachment. They called John Dean, and then they called, a couple of law professors. That's it. No fact witnesses. Yeah, no fact witnesses.
All right. I want to get your thoughts on this Jim Comey interview that Chris Wallace conducted with him on Sunday. And with regard to the FISA process and with regard to whether or not these were errors, mistakes, or something more. Watch this.
Given the repeated errors, some would say abuses of the FISA process, does Attorney General Barr have a point?
No. He does not have a factual basis as the Attorney General of the United States to be speculating that agents acted in bad faith. The facts just aren't there. Full stop. That doesn't make it any less consequential, any less important, but that's an irresponsible statement.
So he says that was an irresponsible statement. What do you say?
He's lost his mind. How many of these close calls went in favor of President Trump? I mean, when they changed the email, was it to help Trump or hurt him? When they put the dossier material in, was it to help Trump or hurt him? When they put the DNC-funded Fusion GPS research material, was that to help Trump or to hurt him? Everything that happened was done to hurt Donald Trump. So, look, this is the same Jim Comey who thought it was nonsense that we were looking into it. Now he's had a mea culpa moment. It's 2 years too late. We really could have used him doing some objectivity when he was at the FBI, and not 2 years too late.
Yeah, I mean, how do you describe, that what you just said? How could it be that all of those errors went in one direction and there isn't anything, and why isn't he curious as to whether or not there was a possible motive behind it?
Because he's morally superior to me and you because he's always right, because he's the same Jim Comey who couldn't admit he messed up the Clinton investigation. It's the same Jim Comey who said the FBI didn't give a whit about politics. It's the same Jim Comey who said he didn't leak or do weasel things in a very document that he leaked. So that's the Jim Comey we're talking about.
Trey Gowdy, thank you, sir. Always good to see you.